Let's do some basic math, folks. About 81% of Nikki Haley voters in North Carolina say that they're likely not going to vote for Donald Trump. Nikki Haley received approximately 205,000 votes in the Republican primary in North Carolina. In 2020, Donald Trump won the state of North Carolina by approximately 74,000 votes. And now in 2024, at the top of the ticket for the governorship, the Republicans nominated someone by the name of Mark Robinson, who is the lieutenant governor of North Carolina, against the Democratic candidate Josh Stein, who is the attorney general. And in terms of who Mark Robinson is, let me just give you some background on him. He's a literal Holocaust denier. He says that gays are the end of civilization. He called school shooting victims prostitutes. He said shootings are karma for abortion, and he called the civil rights movement a communist plot. He received the backing of Donald Trump in the primaries, and he is now the Republican nominee for governor, as I said. Donald Trump refers to him as being better than Martin Luther King. This is what Donald Trump said before Super Tuesday about Mark Robinson. Play the clip.
But, you know, I heard him coming in on the plane. I was listening, and I said to the people on the plane, watch this. This is Martin Luther King on steroids, okay? Now, I told that to Mark. I said, I think you're better than Martin Luther King. I think you are Martin Luther King times 2. And he looked at me, and I wasn't sure, was he angry because that's a terrible thing to say, or was he complimented? I have never figured it out. But I'm telling you, he's one of, right? When I said that to you, you looked like, I don't know if I like that comment. You should like it, because you are outstanding, and you're going to be the next governor, so that's going to be very cool.
Folks, and so I'm not just reading to you what these facts about Mark Robinson. Let me show you some clips here. North Carolina Republican nominee for governor Mark Robinson says this about women. Play the clip.
A few days ago and asked her, what America are we going back to make America great again? The one where women couldn't vote or black people were swinging from trees? I would say to him, if I was standing in front of him, I absolutely want to go back to the America where women couldn't vote. Do you know why? Because in those days, we had people who fought for real social change, and they were called Republicans.
In this next clip, here is what Mark Robinson, the Republican governor candidate for North Carolina, says about gay people. Play this clip.
Transgenderism, homosexuality, any of that filth. And yes, I called it filth. And if you don't like it that I called it filth, come see me and I'll explain it to you.
And by the way, while North Carolina Republican nominee for governor Mark Robinson is trying to denigrate trans people in this video, he just as easily could be talking about the members of Mar-a-Lago and every member of the Trump family. Play the clip.
Every word of this, you can go to the doctor and get cut up. You can go down to the dress shop and get made up. You can go down there and get drugged up. But at the end of the day, you were just a drugged up, dressed up, made up, cut up man or woman. You ain't changed what God put in you, that DNA. You can't transcend God's creation. I don't care how hard you try.
Here is audio of Mark Robinson, who won the Republican nomination for governor. And here's two clips that we patched together, one defending Harvey Weinstein, the other defending Bill Cosby. Play the clip.
Honestly believe, Chris, that is what the left is doing with the Harvey Weinsteins, the Bill Cosbys, the Matt Lauers. They have picked out an elite group of people that have committed these so-called sexual crimes or whatever kind of crimes they've committed or offenses, and they have thrown those people underneath the bus, eating their own, to breed a spirit of fear in people, so people will be afraid to stand up and speak up and get involved, because they want people to say, they know everybody's got something in their past. Everybody's sins come short of the glory of God. They know that.
They're trying to destroy our resolve and our will and trying to make us afraid to stand up and speak the truth. Don't let it happen, folks. Look at this stuff for what it is. This thing that they did with Kevin Hart, and this thing all the way back, like I said, the Harvey Weinstein, the Bill Cosby's, all of them. It's all part of that same plot.
And folks, here is a video prepared by the Democratic Governors Organization that they put together about Mark Robinson, the Republican nominee for governor of North Carolina. Play this clip.
Abortion is a scourge that needs to be run out of this land.
It's not your body anymore. It's y'all's body. And yes, that includes the daddy.
So many things were lost during the Civil Rights Movement. So many freedoms were lost during the Civil Rights Movement. They shouldn't have been lost.
I'd love to pass a law that restricts abortion. We could pass a bill that say you can't have an abortion in North Carolina for any reason.
This little minor thing happens in January. Oh, that's horrible.
If there's a movement in this country that is demonic and that is full of the spirit of Antichrist, it is the transgender movement. Homosexuality, any of that filth. And yes, I called it filth. Abortion is a scourge that needs to be run out of this land.
And now can we compare that to the Democratic nominee for governor of North Carolina, Josh Stein? Here he is. Play the clip.
And let me be clear about reproductive health care, contraception, IVF, and abortion. As governor, I will veto any further restrictions on women's reproductive freedoms. I believe that those decisions are deeply personal and must be made by the woman with her doctor and her loved ones, not by a bunch of politicians like Mark Robinson.
And folks, the state of North Carolina has 16 electoral votes. So we're doing that math again, right? And you're seeing who's at the top of the ticket at the state level. Someone named Mark Robinson, who would take away women's reproductive rights and says all of those hateful things. Compare that to the Democratic candidate, Josh Stein, and you compare those videos right there. At the top of the ticket, you have Donald Trump as well. And so if you're a North Carolina suburban voter, or if you're a Nikki Haley supporter, let's just do that math right there. And North Carolina could indeed be a state where President Biden picks up those 16 electoral votes that he did not win in 2020, which I think would be very, very big. And what we're learning about as well, while Donald Trump spent the day trashing Nikki Haley and just saying that her supporters should just blindly follow him and his MAGA cult, what we've learned today is that President Biden reached out directly to Nikki Haley in order to, give an olive branch. Mitch Landrieu, one of President Biden's co-chairs of the Biden campaign, said that there are a lot of things that folks who voted for Nikki Haley share with Joe Biden, and to focus on our democracy and shared values that Donald Trump wants to destroy. And yes, there may be a lot of differences, but that's how you do politics, by addition, while Donald Trump does politics by subtraction. Do the math, folks. Do the math. And again, I think a major blunder by the Republican Party, although if you even want to call it a blunder, this is who they are. And they put Mark Robinson in that position. And, you've seen it for yourself. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I'm Ben Meiselas. This is the MeidasTouch Network. And subscribe. Let's get to 3 million together.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.